And we've got some water issues to tell you about and some pipes breaking here developing right now as the melting begins and the oh so cold temperatures last night with wind chills below zero. We have busted pipes. Louisville water crews right now are on the scene of two different incidents tonight. One on Brownsboro Road. The crews are repairing a main break between Crescent and Hillcrest Avenues.
Wow, and here is what the scene looks like right now. You can see on Lexington Road, crews are working to fix a broken fire hydrant. Both cases, the concern is the water causing slick ice spots on those roads. Since Friday, the Louisville Water Company has repaired more than 50 breaks.
We wondered if that was going to happen, and it's certainly materializing now. Well, wind chills below zero, single-digit temperatures. The dangerous bite is in our air to last, and it's only going to be getting worse. Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. Schools like Hardin County making the call to keep students home the rest of the week. So let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Mallory Schnell. And
Mallory, JCPS also staying with NTI tomorrow and Thursday. We don't know yet about Friday.
Yeah, well, we'll have to keep an eye. The forecast, unfortunately, not getting any better. So this snow, if it's still an issue on those neighborhood roads, not just going to magically melt really until maybe next week. Temperatures staying in the 20s. Now, of course, that abundant sunshine currently helping those road conditions that have been the roads that have been pre-treated and salted. But this live look outside from our Scottsburg camera, sponsored by IU Southeast and U of L Health, still showing, of course, quite a bit of snowfall up in southern Indiana as well. Those feel-like temperatures dipping down into the teens because we are dealing with wind gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour today. So even though our air temperatures are higher, our wind chills are still making it feel like the teens on this Tuesday. Max HD radar, we are dry, just showing a few lingering clouds in our southeastern counties. Many of us enjoying the blue sky and sunshine yet again today, though we will have some additional clouds streaming in from the west and northwest later on this evening. Your hourly planner, temperatures will drop again tonight into the single digits above and below zero, and with wind chills as cold as 10 below. We do have a cold weather advisory along and north of I-64. This will take us through 11 a.m., I believe, tomorrow morning. I'll let you know once again when those temperatures could break that freezing mark. That's coming up in our 7-day forecast.
Mallory, thank you. Our top stories here tonight. One person confirmed dead from the weekend winter storm, with 3 more being investigated. The deaths being looked into. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says a 72-year-old woman in Whitley County, Kentucky, died of hypothermia after a fall.
And the 3 other deaths still under investigation. Well, one is believed to be from using a generator to stay warm. Another from shoveling snow. Well,
across the state, power outages are sitting at about 27,000 customers right now. That is down from 73,000 at its peak. The hardest hit areas are Pulaski, Allen, Monroe, Barron, that's Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Russell counties. The governor saying again that the 130 warming centers in the state, including Kentucky State Parks, have significant capacity right now and are open.
And about 950 people took shelter last night across Kentucky. Roads are improving. Some good news there, with nearly 1,500 trucks tracking 670,000 miles over the last few days. The governor said Kentucky State Police communicators are working around the clock to help every area.
Kentucky State Police telecommunicators are working at all hours, ensuring that no call goes unanswered in this storm. These folks are sleeping in the office so that they can report for every shift. Like so many across Team Kentucky, they're making sure Kentuckians have help when they need it.
Governor Beshear also said the Kentucky National Guard is working and helping people get shelter and evacuate from dangerous conditions.
Well, here in Louisville, if you can make it out of your neighborhood, you can go just about anywhere.
And people are moving. Take a look on your screen right now. That's brand new video from the Sky 11 drone today over one of the major intersections of the Watterson Expressway. And the speeds are back up, folks, to normal levels on the Watterson. Mayor Craig Greenberg says snow crews have plowed and salted major routes at least 4 different times so far. WHAS11's Ian Hardwitt and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton show you the city's final push with those plows.
All 6 lanes are clear on Dixie Highway thanks to Louisville Metro snow crews. Our Sky 11 drone shows the state kept up with the Watterson Expressway.
Oh, the drive was fine. All the roads seemed fine. I was only a little concerned about black ice because it's so cold, but I didn't see any.
Out of the house for the first time since Saturday.
It kind of felt like quarantine, I'm not gonna lie.
Dina Busala and her sledding mentor, Bob Iden, walked through Iroquois Park instead of driving.
Woo-hoo!
And he came prepared.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I appreciate that cushion.
Private crews hired by the city plowed outside the usual snow routes here near UPS Worldport on Strawberry Lane. Extra stretches were plowed as Grade Lane is still closed from November's plane crash.
However, it is unlikely that before Mother Nature does its job, we will reach every road.
Mayor Craig Greenberg said the extra plows will ride around until Wednesday morning. Although he originally said neighborhood streets could see extra plows, he clarified they will focus on roads near hospitals, schools, and places where people work. Here in the Clifton neighborhood on Pope Street, there's only enough room for one vehicle to make it through at a time. This is one of the city's secondary snow routes, and they will be making additional passes on these, but a snowplow won't be much help if you're buried on Frankfort Avenue. A non-city plow dug out Iroquois Avenue by Iroquois Park. Not every road sees the same treatment, though.
As far as the small roads, it was very, very tough, but I'm grateful for my car because I made it here.
Iden felt the gratitude after his road was plowed.
They knocked over my neighbor's mailbox. Luckily, it didn't hit mine. They're right beside each other, so I was grateful for that. But yeah, they plowed them. Go.
He expects another week of sledding weather.
Let me have that thing.
That means it could take a while for any unplowed streets to thaw. In Louisville, Ian Hardwitt for WHAS11 News, on your side.
And trash pickup resumes tomorrow as Metro Public Works stops running as many plows.
You really know things are getting back to normal when trash pickup resumes, and about 200 snowplow drivers have been working 12 hours on and 12 hours off since last Thursday.
Well, now to more top stories, all new at 5. 3 months since the fatal UPS plane crash in Louisville, the company says it has now retired all of its remaining MD-11 aircraft.
This is new information coming to light today, and this is the same model aircraft that did crash on November 4th in Louisville. The company says this retirement for the jet was planned for years, but then UPS moved those plans into high gear.
The company has 26 of these aircraft and says it started retiring them in 2023. There are still 5 of them parked at the Louisville airport. They can't fly until the FAA issues new guidance on the aircraft.
Now, Greg Feith, a former NTSB investigator, told us today that this move is not surprising. He says if these planes ever fly again, they'll require a lot of expensive inspections.
That's going to be very, very costly to keep an old airplane in service. And while they may have planned to retire this aircraft, you can't just get rid of 20 or 30 airplanes all at one time.
UPS could not tell us what the plans are for the remaining aircraft. The company says it has 35 orders of new aircraft scheduled for delivery, with 18 of them coming between now and 2027.
UPS also announced on their earnings call last week that they will cut 30,000 jobs and close 24 facilities the first half of this year. According to CFO Brian Dykes, UPS is taking these measures to deploy automation across the network. WHAS11 News asked how this would impact local UPS operations. Spokesperson Jim Mayer told us they expect most of the jobs to be reduced through attrition, which means not filling positions when an employee leaves. They are also going to offer a voluntary program for full-time drivers to leave on their own accord. Well, this week marks 1 year since the deadly midair collision near Reagan National Airport. You are seeing footage of that night.
67 people died after a Black Hawk helicopter accidentally crashed into an American Airlines commuter jet. Today, the NTSB revealing the findings of its investigations. ABC's Christiane Cordero has more from Washington.
Today, a year-long investigation into the midair collision between an Army helicopter and an American Airlines jet that killed 67 people last January ends with a dire plea from top transportation safety officials.
We must do everything in our power, even ruffle feathers, to get our recommendations implemented, or this will happen again.
The NTSB released a detailed visual simulation video illustrating the view from each cockpit in the minutes leading up to the crash near Reagan National Airport in D.C. The chopper flying over the Potomac, Flight 5342 in the distance. Roughly 20 seconds before the collision, air traffic control asks the Black Hawk helicopter pilot if they see the commercial jet approaching. The helicopter pilot confirms and agrees to maintain a safe distance, but it's unclear which jet they saw and referenced. From the American Airlines cockpit, you can see the runway as they approach to land. The helicopter lights appear to blend in with city lights. Their pilots didn't appear to see the Black Hawk until 1 second before the crash, when the captain said, "Oh," and an expletive. Citing FAA surveillance data, the NTSB says there were more than 15,000 close calls between planes and helicopters around DCA between October 2021 and December 2024. Among the concerns from investigators today, why didn't the FAA implement changes before last year's crash?
We know over time concerns were raised repeatedly, went unheard, squashed, however you want to put it.
A final report will be released in the coming weeks with recommendations of what to change going forward.
The NTSB highlights several other points of concern, including the reliability of the Black Hawk's altimeters, the lack of a more urgent safety alert from the air traffic controller, and the fact that the controller working that night was covering what was once two jobs, handling both helicopter and plane traffic. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
And WHAS11 News is closely monitoring this NTSB investigation and the one still underway in Louisville after the fatal UPS plane crash. Remember, that final report is due at least 1 year from the crash on November 4th. You can find our extensive coverage on the WHAS11 streaming app. The woman accused of killing her son and leaving his body in a suitcase appeared in court this morning. You're looking at DeJohn Anderson. Her attorneys and the prosecution both asked for more time to prepare for the trial. Anderson is accused of killing her 5-year-old son, Cairo Jordan, and leaving his body in Washington County, Indiana, in a rural area. But attorneys are having trouble with the sheer amount of evidence in this case, including a witness list of more than 80 people. The judge granting their request, setting her next hearing here in Louisville for March.
Next at 5, a warning from the CEO of Baptist Floyd Hospital tonight that if things don't change with Medicaid, expect a loss to your health care services.
And here's a look at today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $285 million. Powerball, $43 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.